Hey, what's going on, guys? So this video is going to be dealing with the distributive property and combining like terms. Okay, so just for a little review on the distributive property, the distributive property deals with having a number outside a set of parentheses, and we're going to simplify the expression by moving our number outside to the inside of the parentheses. Okay, so here we have the number 3 times the quantity 2x plus 2. One of the largest things that kids forget when they deal with the distributive property is they forget what mathematical operation to use. So when we distribute this 3 into the parentheses, okay, you always have to make sure that you multiply the number outside the parentheses, and in this case a 3, by both terms on the inside. So again, if we have 3 times 2x, we get 6x. Then 3 times the number 2 is 6. Alright, and that's it. That's exactly how you do this one. It's very, very simple. Make sure you distribute the 3 and the number on the outside. So just do another one, and I'm going to go through this pretty quickly since you guys all did do pretty well with it when we did it in class, and hopefully you guys understand it now. So now again we have the number -4 times the quantity 2x plus 6. We're going to distribute it in. And we'll remember, when you multiply a negative by a positive, we're going to get -8. When you multiply -4 times 6, you get a -24. And that's your answer. Alright, so really that's all the distributive property is. You're just multiplying the number from the outside parentheses to the inside. The thing you need to make sure of is that one of the big things kids always forget is the terms. I mean, not the terms, the signs. They forget to multiply negatives, and which will change a positive. 2 negatives multiplied together will give you a positive, so on and so forth. So what we're going to do now is we are going to combine like terms, which a lot of kids don't really enjoy. They find it kind of confusing, but as long as you break it down, it gets very, very simple. So the one thing you really need to pay attention to when you combine like terms is you have to see each term in the expression, look at the variable it has. So if we look here, we have a 3x, a 2, a positive 2x, and a -7, okay? What I want to do is I want to find every other term that just has an x to the first, okay? So if we look, 2 does not, but then we have a positive 2x. Then let's go to our next term that's different. So we have a positive 2, I'm going to underline that in baby blue. Let's find every other term that has no variable, it's just a number, aka a constant, which here is a -7, okay? Now we're going to go everything with a red. Let's combine it. So 3x plus 2x gives us 5x. Everything baby blue, let's do that. So a 2 and a -7 gives us a -5. And that's how we combine those terms. Again, simple. The big problem, or the big idea with combining like terms, is make sure you find things that have the same variable. Make sure they're the same, or else you're going to have some issues. Plus, I don't know, 7x squared. Alright, so again, let's go through it. Let's mark red. Anything that has an x to the second, I'll underline in red. Anything with an x, I'm going to underline in orange. And anything with just a y, I'll underline in purple. Alright, so now again, anything in red we're going to combine. -2x squared, and we have 7x squared, which gives us a positive 5x squared. Then there's just the 3x, there's no other oranges. And then minus the 3y, because there's no other purples, or pinks, whatever you call that. So our final answer is 5x squared plus 3x minus 3y. Alright, going on. This is going to be the hardest one, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine combining like terms and distributive property. I don't want this to be a 7x. I want it to have a y. So this is actually be a 7y. Alright, and then here let's have 12 minus 6x plus y. Alright, so total we have 3 times the quantity x plus 7y minus 1/2 times the quantity 12 minus 6x plus y. So the first step you need to do is we need to simplify this as much as we can before we combine like terms. So if you remember from the first couple problems, since there's a number outside parentheses, we're going to be distributing. Okay. So we're going to distribute a 3 times x, gives us 3x. 3 times 27y gives us plus 21y. Now when we multiply here, we have to distribute a negative 1/2. So when you multiply negative 1/2 times 12, it's going to give us negative 6. Because when you multiply 1/2 by a number, you're really just dividing by 2. So then negative 1/2 times a negative 6x gives us a positive 3x. And we still can't forget about our y on the end. Alright, so now we have 3x plus 21y minus 6 plus 3x plus y. And again, let's go and look. Our first term is going to be anything with an x. I'll underline those in red. Then we go, and I have a 21y, I'll underline in orange. Underline that in orange. We also have a 1y, that's underlined in orange. And then I'll take my baby blue and underline our constant. So again, anything that's underlined in red that has a variable of just an x, we're going to add them together. So we have 3x. 3x gives us 6x. 21y plus another y gives us 22y. And then we still have our lone 6 on the end. Alright, so your final answer for this one, when you finish everything out, I'm just going to erase this because it looks like an accident. So your final answer is going to be 6x plus 22y minus 6. And sorry about all the zigzags and some of the sloppiness. My touchpad for some reason is not really working right. So, but that in a nutshell is the distributive property and combining like terms. I hope you guys found it useful. If you have any questions, come see me. Check out Distributive.